Namaste. Today at Sangam Talks, we are indeed honored to welcome Swami Chidrupanandji from the Chinmay Mission today. And as Swamiji sits in front of me, I feel a surge of joy. Looking at him, speaking to him is indeed going to be a pleasure. So let's begin our session for today. Namaste, Swamiji.
Namaskar, Hari Om.
Welcome to Sangam Talks.
Thank you.
Swamiji, it's very interesting to meet all the people of Chinmay Mission as one goes on in the life's journey. So please tell us, how did your own journey into this begin?
Very good. In my family, right from my childhood, they were all, they used to attend Gurudev's talks. So my father used to take me to Gurudev's talks when I was studying 3rd standard or so. And he would tell me, listen there, look at him. I didn't understand any English, of course. But he would just tell me to look straight into his eyes. I don't know why he used to tell me, look into his eyes. And then draw that energy or power, you would say that, look into that eye. Grace is there. And later on, a lot of books I used to read, Gurudev's books, and some audio cassettes in those days. Listen there. Then when I became in the youth, I'm more active since youth, right? No child is exposed as a child. Then I met Puja Gurudev, and then there the journey began. And family background is most important, all spiritual oriented.
So what was the step that put you from the Grihastha ashram or from the Brahmacharya into sannyas?
Actually, right from my childhood, if you say, I was always interested in spirituality only.
Okay.
I used to think that, I imagine myself sitting on some mountain and then do meditation. I wanted that kind of a lifestyle. But my father died when I was 11-year-old. So my brother brought us up, my mother brought us up, and then we are 5 brothers, and I'm the eldest. So a lot of responsibilities on me. Then mother brought us all up. And so what happened eventually is that I had to take care of family also. Though I joined Chinmay Mission as Yuvakendra member, Chinmay Yuvakendra member, most active. So Gurudev used to guide me. We used to activities, and then my goal is this. In fact, I wanted to join one of the earlier batches only. So Gurudev said, stay where you are till I tell you.
Okay.
Then he said, do this, and then come. So I kept, but that is a blessing because I could move with Puja Gurudev and then be with him for some time, attending camps, lectures, talks, correspondence with Puja Gurudev. And he would write letters. And so much of both spiritual and organizational. It's all blessing only. Then 93 again, when Gurudev attained Samadhi, of course, in 93 August, in May he came to Hyderabad. That was his last Gita Jnana Yajna in the entire series of his yajnas in the world he conducted. So that was the last. So that I knew that Gurudev gave that once you fulfill responsibilities, you come. So it is in my back of my mind. I had to go. But then Gurudev on that day, one day, saw into my eyes and then said, clear your debts and come. He said. Then I said, now the signal has come. He said, stay where you are for a long time. Then the signal has come. Then that year, of course, Gurudev left the body. But then eventually all those things are settled. Mother got retired, brothers got little jobs, and then mother said, no problem. I used to draw good salary in those days. Okay. She said, no problem. Go and work for Gurudev. That's more. And she also met Gurudev, of course. So that's how they started. There's nothing like sudden transformation. ऐसा है कि कुछ depression हो गया, something depressed or something child. ऐसा कुछ नहीं. Everything is gradual.
Okay. So your life story tells us that you worked in the corporate sector.
Yes.
And now this is a totally different life altogether.
Oh, correct.
So this transition, as you made it, how did you find it different, the two sides of life?
Let me put it another way.
Okay.
I was first into spiritual area.
Okay.
Right?
Ji.
So when Gurudev told that we have to do job also and all, and I got, he knew what kind of job, and I wrote Gurudev later also. I got this kind of a job as a medical rep in a pharma company. Then I said, I have every day 4-5 hours in the afternoon I am free. Tell me what to do. Then Gurudev wrote a letter to me. Even in the afternoons, you have to knock about a lot. Visiting hospital bosses and nursing homes. Do it diligently for a year. Then you can call upon your time. Then he said, take up an exhaustive study of Bhashya of Shankara and Sanskrit.
Okay.
I read that, I was scared. Who will teach me Shankara Bhashya and Sanskrit? Though Sanskrit I learnt in Vivekananda Vani Samstha in Hyderabad. For 2 years I learnt.
Right.
But then this is different altogether. Then till then, CHYK, Chinmay Yuva Kendra, and your job is a day-to-day program.
Okay.
So work for the Yuva Kendra, of course. I was a secretary of CHIK Hyderabad and then became coordinator for Andhra Pradesh.
Okay.
So Gurudev used to guide. So that work and job. Plus, of course, taking care of mother and brothers. And so that's how the life started. So I was in corporate world. They used to look at me and I used to play Gurudev's talks and video cassettes in our medical conferences.
Okay.
They knew that I am Chinmay Mission member, and then so they would always look at me in that this fellow is a Chinmay Mission member, and then so is Chinmay, and they used to discuss with me something about yoga, meditation, and all. These are the thing discussions happen when in the corporate world also with me when people. So that was it happened. So they knew that this fellow will one day will.
All right.
He is not reliable. He can go anytime.
So before you actually took up the fire clothes, you were already looked upon as a sannyasi.
Yes.
Wonderful, wonderful. And your biography also tells us, Swamiji, that you've run numerous courses, have held numerous talks for various organizations.
True.
So how did your own initiation into Vedanta studies? You told us that Swamiji asked you to learn the Shankar Bhashya and Sanskrit.
See, Sanskrit, little bit I learned. Basic Sanskrit I learned in Vivekananda Vani Samstha in Hyderabad. That's okay. That was during my degree studies. Yuva Kendra member, Yuva mission activities and attending camps, when studying in degree college, then evening learned little Sanskrit I learned. Basic Sanskrit. As a parichay.
Okay.
Right? Then when I corporate world throughout my goal is this only. Any day I have to resign and then go. Job is only to support the family, as Gurudev's order it is. Take care of your brothers and all that. When they stand on their own feet, that's the time for you to retire and join Sandipani. Okay. That's the sentence he wrote. So that is Praman. That is I have to keep that standard as that. So corporate background is tremendously, it gives you a lot of communication skills, fearlessness, and then talking to people, and then understanding the business world. This is a big subject it is.
Yes.
Even then and now, there is no change. Except more complication systems are added. That's it. So that has helped me in addressing all the corporate world. Because I used to attend management sessions as a corporate guy. I mean, the company. We used to attend a lot of management seminars. Others used to come and take us. So exposed to various kinds of concepts, etc. That's one part. So that helped me in conducting a lot of company talks. Otherwise, it's difficult in their language, to communicate in their language. That's one part. Plus Vedanta, the moment I joined, I was very interested, passionate about Vedanta. So I was very looking forward to it. Though Gurudev was not there physically, but his blessings are all, he is there with us. And Guruji is there, Swami Maharaj was there. He knew us, our family, mother and all brothers.
Ji.
So it was a beautiful, slow, smooth transition because the interest is there, no? A lot of interest is there for Vedanta. So, and then little Sanskrit helped me.
Okay.
Easy. Then earlier I used to attend to Gurudev's talks and study groups and discussions and talks. So that basic knowledge is there. So it became a smooth flow for 2 years in Vedanta course.
All right. So what was your learning from this particular course? You dedicated 2 years to this study, Swamiji. And what was your learning from the course?
Yes. My learning is, keeping my background in that view, because I learned already a little bit Gurudev's written talks and all.
Ji.
In-depth analysis of Shastras and understanding the life as such from a higher dimension, more deeper, more clarity, a greater vision, in fact, of life. The Shastras give you such a fantastic view. That's why Sandipani Sadhanalaya training is the best.
Okay.
Because that exposure systematically they teach you, and then Gurudev's vision it was that is there now, taken across by so many organizations, that particular pattern. So Gurudev started that Sandipini Sadhanalaya.
Can you explain that to us a bit, Swamiji?
Sandipini Sadhanalaya. Yes.
Yes.
See, Puja Gurudev, life story, he was inspired by Mother Ganges. He was sitting in Uttarakashi. He wanted to carry this message. So Gangaji, he saw Gangaji as she is gushing and reaching Ganga Sagar, in spite of obstacles and roads, so many things, rocks, all that. But she makes her own way towards that ocean. So like Ganga blessing the entire masses and all the fields, this Jnana Ganga should spread.
Oh, okay.
Because the whole country, without the pride of our culture, today now people are talking about that we must have pride in our own ancient knowledge and values. And that is like sustaining, entire world can sustain on that. Even now that is a fact. So Gurudev was inspired by that Jnana Ganga. So with that inspiration, when he came to started Sandipini Sadhanalaya, what he wanted, when he said, I must train youngsters. And Gurudev, I read one of the old documents of Puja Gurudev, where he said, he called as a spiritual district each brahmachari or brahmacharini.
Okay.
He visualized, whole India. So he pockets her. He wanted in every geographical, not dividing the spiritual district actually, but everywhere he called, each center a spiritual district, wherein the brahmachari or brahmacharini will dedicate and work with the people. It's not that we sit on the platform and then give a sermon and go.
Touching everybody's lives.
Touching everybody's lives from close quarters.
Okay.
Being a family member of every family.
Okay.
That is Gurudev's vision.
Okay.
That's why in Gurudev Chinmaya Mission, we find all of us are we say whether they are Grihasthas or so many Grihasthas, Brahmachari, Swamis, they are all one family type they work. That is how he set the pattern like that.
Yes.
So that both are learning from others. The Brahmachari life, we will also learn from our others, and others also learning. Learning goes on.
Okay.
Many multidimensional. So Sandipini started in 1963. First Gurudev started in Mumbai. Around 30 students hoisted the flag. And Gurudev was the first Acharya.
Okay.
And he did a lot of work, traveling in between, teaching the students, raising funds for the organization, to feed the people, students. It's not easy job in those days. So, but Gurudev did it. So that's how 63 started.
Okay.
And now it is spreading in many languages, and regularly it's continuing like a non-stop dhara flow right from there. So we have completed so far 18 batches of Vedanta course.
Okay.
And 19th course will begin next year.
Okay. And this is running across countries?
Across countries. And different countries also are held. And even in India, many languages, in Telugu, Malayalam, Kannada, in Marathi also had one course was conducted. And then all the Hindi, of course, regularly they conducted in Siddhavadi, Himachal Pradesh. Ashram is there, where Gurudev Samadhi is there. That ashram, it has been going on. And Mumbai, of course, is a English course.
Okay.
So a lot of students are trained and then empowered with wisdom and knowledge so that they can share.
What is the benefit of learning the Sandipani course?
This is the important question, and thank you for asking. All the youngsters who wanted to get a higher vision of life, more clarity, more thinking, they all should join Sandipani. Why? Because it empowers you. First of all, it gives you tremendous clarity about life. There's a lake in northeastern where you can see the bottom of the lake, Dal Lake or something. Where it's not Dal Lake, some other Shillong Mein. I went there also. You can see the bottom. That clarity of water. The boat is going, but then you can see the bottom stones also. I traveled there and all. That is the clarity you will get about life in Vedanta. Number one. Then second is, Vedanta, if you study, it will give you a greater vision. Not only for yourself, for the people what to do and country and all that. It's a great vision you will get. And it will give you a great inspiration. Really understand Vedanta. It inspires you to live that life. And what happens? Inspiration is such that it is infectious. If you're so inspired, and people around you will get that energy,
True.
they can't but get inspiration. Even if they don't want, as Gurudev say, all those who are hesitatingly standing also are swept across by the currents of this great wisdom of water, energies of the inspiration energy. They're also carried away. So Vedanta helps you. And then after Sandipani training, so you have three things on. You will understand fully this one, then you will grow, and then you will share.
Understand, grow, and
Grow
share.
and share.
Wonderful.
This is the three important things which you learn in Vedanta, in Sandipani. And then once you grow, and then I'll always tell you one thing, that you stand in society as a great inspiration, a pillar of inspiration to people, wherever you work. Not that necessarily everyone should become monk. That is not the idea. But Vedanta helps you. So you can get trained. Some people also go back. They say, okay, I may not be in a position to take up monk life, but I'll go back. So okay, go back. But then they work. The inspiration for that.
Yes.
That is it. So understand, grow, and share. This is the importance of Vedanta.
Swamiji, Sandipani sadhana sounds very, very interesting. And you have told us that the brahmacharis are living amongst people and teaching them this. So how does a regular layperson or a grihast benefit from this vidya?
See, remember, what are the fundamental problems of in a family or human being? Fundamental problems are, the basic problem is what? That we don't know how to live life. In terms of relationships, in terms of clarity, in terms of vision, values, and how to support children, how to support family members. And then totally, actually, it's called a total mess. If you don't have this knowledge, it's a mess. I know everyone lives without ideal, without goal, direction, and all that. So, what is the primary role is, first and foremost thing is that awaken pride in everyone that they belong to Rishi Santati, Santan, continuity. We are the children of Rishis. And who are Rishis? Oh my God. We need not talk about them. It's a great, unfolded beings. They're all great, mighty beings. So that pride is missing first. That I belong to that continuity. Number one. So how to awaken that pride? By introducing them to Indian scriptures.
Okay.
Look, these are the things. These are the things. That's how we talk about, that our system is now deliberately, some people have eliminated all these things, and that is now creating problems. We cannot teach certain things, but we have to. So the scriptures like Ramayana, Mahabharata, Upanishads, Bhagavad Gita, Smriti, Shruti, everything, Puranas, contain all the things that are required to manage life. I can speak authoritatively because it contains so much of treasure. All the you call management, you call whatever you call, everything is available in this.
True.
So when the brahmacharya, brahmacharini teach, and one more thing, we have different wings also. So Gurudev started children Balvihars, Yuva Kendra, Devi groups, study groups. And then, this bhajan group also started in a couple of years back, about nearly 15 years, 20 years back.
Okay.
Swaranjali. Then we have Vanaprastha group also, old people.
Okay.
So, when all the age groups, Gurudev said, go and address them, empower them, teach them values. So, there are, in fact, a family living the values of spirituality is always a happy and blissful family. So that is what Puja Gurudev said. That's a mission, is to give maximum happiness to the maximum number for the maximum period.
Oh, okay.
Is the goal of
Chinmaya
Mission motto. Was wonderful, isn't it?
It is. It is. Swami, I'll go back to the two things that you told us. Why we need to pursue this study. First is, you said that pride in the fact that we are Santati of Rishis is missing. Now, why is this pride missing in the first place? What have we forgotten?
There are so many theories on this.
Okay.
so many theories. First of all, our country was exposed to different other philosophies from about 2000 years onwards slowly. And that's how Bhagwan Shankaracharya ji came and then again gave us that kind of foundation for Veda. Again, he strengthened it.
Yes.
That's one thing. Second thing is that over a period of time, because of historically, externally, many people have looted us. Abject poverty is another problem for us. So we are now, anybody wanted to give anything, that poverty is another cause in the entire streamline, which our priorities have changed. In olden days, we were having plenty of food, clothing, eating, shelter, contented. The more we are exposed to many different worlds, and then others also attacked, and then we have become poor under British rule. So many things we have faced any problems. So in this entire, so many other causes also ultimately led into, and then we ourselves stopped teaching our own children the great values. In olden days, syllabus was different. Now the syllabus, nothing. So all the factors put together, and it said, a lie you speak 1,000 times, it becomes a truth. And the truth is not spoken, is forgotten.
That's true.
And that is what happened to our country.
So do you think that we were so busy surviving that we forgot and we put the spirituality aspect of our lives onto a back burner?
That is one major theory. And then that also many other in basic, based on this theory, many other complications also have developed in the country.
Right. Can you enumerate some of them, Swamiji? And then I would like to talk about how a study of Vedanta can eliminate them or ameliorate them.
See, first of all, the core values which we had earlier, the core values of our culture. See, basically, our culture, let me talk on culture a little bit. Our culture is what? Sanatana Dharma. Sanatanam and Nitya Nutanam Apicha. It is ever fresh, not only the ancient. So, eternal value, the values are eternal. So, the fundamentally is that our Dharma is a foundation for our existence.
Absolutely.
Dharma. Dharma means the righteousness, duties. In that sense, I am talking.
Okay.
Because Dharma is also translated in different words. Not that way.
Right.
Dharma is our kartavya karma, would do duties. In the entire thing, first of all, the dharma pradhana jivanam is required. That is to be taught and trained. So what was our dharma? In fact, in our culture, Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam, we speak, there's a lakshya, we go about it. Then ekam sat vipraha bahuda vadanti. That's a very important thing. Truth is one. Sages called by many names. So, our culture is integrated with traditions. And traditions is actually a capsule given by the rishis so that the entire earth is protected. Oh my God, what a depth, I tell you. See, if you follow simple, for example, Brahma Yajna, the entire 5 yajnas, Nru Yajna, Manusha Yajna was given, all those yajnas are given. So please just take care of guests, Atidhi Yajna, Brahma, study of scriptures and all that, Pitru Yajna and all. All those things, suppose you are doing in Bhuta Yajna, nature. If you incorporate that lifestyle, you are living without disturbing the life around. And you are an asset to the entire environment also. So, right? That kind of a lifestyle completely was cut off. Today, every one of us are living selfishly. We don't, the wisdom, that knowledge, that entire thing, that is one thing, and we are all tuned into the totality and environment. In fact, we don't see anything as a matter existing independent of spirit. It has to be presiding spirit is there.
Pervaded by it.
Of course, not is the ultimate truth. But even in that, we say, mountain is there, there is a presiding Parvata Raja is there. Shailaputri Parvati, we say. Nadi Devata is there. Vriksha Devatas are there. So we treat everything as everything is nothing but a Devata is presiding. So it's an entity, living entity. So I know how to live. So this life, when was our Hindu way of life, which is integrating with the entire thing, so that lifestyle is integrated with the entire saving the planet and environment. That knowledge, that lifestyle, when you are cut off because of greed, the greed born out of so many other factors again. Mostly again poverty. They're one of the theories I'm talking. So this entire thing put up, this unit as a family, as a unit, and cultural values are cut off. And therefore, to again awaken the people, bring that kind. Our culture took care of natural resources, planet, animals, everything it took care. Health, warfare required. Everything is covered in this. But somehow that cut off, and then once you cut off from one generation, you cut off the values. No, next generation difficult to pick up. It's very easy, very difficult to again train them and then bring them back. One generation.
So when we look at the urban professionals of today, who are sometimes, not all of them, but many are cut off from this way of life. Swamiji, does Vedanta help bring them back into this kind of sacred living, sacred vision?
Vedanta only helps.
Okay.
Vedanta is not an option. Okay, I'll tell you one thing. Very important thing. Long time back, I went to Doordarshan for some program, Gen Next program there. But anchor asked me, Swamiji, I'll begin with you. Question with you. Shooting was just like as one. Students were sitting there. There's also other gentleman, Shivakar also was there. She said, I am going to ask you first question. Why spirituality? You answer that first, then we'll go into the next question. Be ready, she said, before the
Others.
Before just beginning the show.
All right.
I revealed the first question to you. Be ready.
Okay.
I said, oh God, why spirituality? Yes, okay. Then suddenly I remembered. Yes, I said. Because the students are there, no? Spirituality is the only science which tells you how to handle yourself first before you handle anything else in the world. How can you ignore it? And you know one thing? Today, all the problems on the globe can be solved with spiritual thinking alone. And you know, modern IQ failed, EQ failed, and SQ is promoted now all over the world. Spiritual intelligence, quotient. Why? Because IQ is highly IQ, no doubt about it, but there is no guarantee that fellow will be dharmic or good. IQ is used for destructive purposes.
Also.
There is no guarantee. So IQ, they say, okay, IQ is not good, we should bring in EQ, emotional quotient is required. But emotional quotient make a problem. It is not teaching us how to convert negative emotions into positive.
Okay.
That knowledge again is, only though emotion, behavioral pattern, emotions, but how do,
so we are basically training the outside behavior and not treating the inside.
Of course, now today,
propensities.
Yes, today the problem is in corporate world you take. So they don't know how to handle their greed, jealousy, hatred, comparison, restlessness, depression, dejection, all those negativities. They don't know how to handle themselves. Suppose you teach them Bhagavad Gita. Krishna tells how the desire begins and how it brings to the ultimate buddhi nashat pranashyati. Buddhau sharanamanvicha krapana palahetava karmanyevadikaraste. My God, all Bhagavad Gita, each bit is a management book in itself.
It takes us to the beginning of all problems.
Yes. And then therefore, today I am telling, not only today, as long as humanity doesn't turn towards Vedanta, because Vedanta on the planet is a great science, because it is, transcendental, that knowledge, and universal. It doesn't speak about any other thing. It's a common. It's a humanity and beyond. And what exactly is the truth? So any creed, caste, religion, nothing. In that Bhagavad Gita also nothing.
True.
It's not a sect or it's not a community. Oh, apna hai, that is paraya. There's no nothing. Ayam raja paroveti ganana lahuchetasam. That is not the thing. Here. Therefore, Vedanta alone helps. There is no doubt about it. If not today, the world has to turn towards Vedanta to find solutions for all the problems of humanity.
But Swamiji, how does a person take out time for the study of Vedanta in a day-to-day schedule.
Huh.
Let's say a corporate person, or let's
Yes.
say any average office-going person. Their lives are so busy, they're running from morning till evening. So there's no leisure of the mind also.
True. That's a work-life balance has come now.
Jay,
The big issue now, work-life balance, work-life
it
balance
is.
and all that.
I wonder how many achieve it actually.
But then let's say, I give another angle for that, work-life balance.
Jay.
First of all,
Hmm.
to divide work and life itself is a problem. It's a mistake. Life is full of work and work should be full of life in it.
Well said.
How the moment you divide, there is a struggle to balance. Vedanta helps you that identify your duties throughout the day, keep on doing it. If you're leaning towards one at the cost of the other, then the question of balance comes, then the question of struggle, tussle and all that comes. So, how to find time? Plenty of time available. One thing, whatever time, God gave you 24 hours. I always say, in that 24 hours, no, there is no fast forward button for a dime, no rewind button, no pause button.
Jay.
Play also is not in your control, it is already being played, right? Only one button is under your control, what you record it. Record button is in your control. Rest of the buttons in time we cannot play. So God gave you, all of us equally one thing, what? 24 hours time. That is the only thing which is given equally to all of us. Bodies are changing, health is changing, environment is changing, intellect capacity, everything is changing. But what is common God gave is to all of us 24 hours time. Now how do you use it? It's actually in your stride. It's in your only in your own wisdom. You have to decide. So therefore, how people take off for holidays, vacation, how people take off for late night parties. Do you think Vedanta is that much time? Can't we spend half an hour a day, 15 minutes a day? I always tell one thing. In olden days, Hero Honda has to have advertisement. Fill it, shut it, forget it. Right? How long you will take to fill petrol in the petrol bunk? Whole day? 5 minutes?
5 minutes.
10 minutes? Okay, but 5 minutes ho jata na. The moment 5 minutes, done, then forget it for what? Maybe for 1 week or 4 days?
Absolutely.
Similarly, 5 minutes, 15, half an hour package a day, you can plan every day, half an hour, not more than that, even 20 minutes package, but intense package. That you study some book, understand, 5 minutes prayer, refresh yourself, get this thinking correct, knobs are made tuned properly for the day, and forget about for the rest of the day. You are a great successful guy in this world or a person. 20 minutes. And you know the story, management story is there, no? Somebody was cutting the wood with the seesaw,
Okay.
right? So in the forest, some saint was walking. He said, "Hey, why don't you?" He saw him cutting the tree. Night he was returning, evening, still the guy is still cutting. The tree, as it is smiling in itself, nothing is happening to me. You are tickling actually with the seesaw, not cutting me. Then the great saint said, "My dear, why didn't you sharpen the saw?"
Okay.
He said, "I don't have time."
Oh, okay.
That is the question, answer for your question.
All right.
You say you want peace of mind, you don't want stress, you don't want you want concentration, you want high focus, you want high energy levels, everything you want.
But one doesn't have time.
I don't have time to sharpen the saw.
Where the effort is actually required.
Now, that's what, how long it will take, how long you take petrol. The great masters have said 5 minutes meditation is enough. Just tune. And 5-10 minutes, whatever japa or prayer or puja, something, or book at least for 15 minutes, some intense study, maybe 3 pages a day, that's enough. We don't have to spend hours together in this thing. Not required. And probably you can keep 1 or 2 statements to remind you in the office and then in the room. That's enough.
Swamiji, how does one choose between japa or meditation or bhajan? How does one begin?
Actually, best is that depending upon the individual.
Okay.
Yeah, somebody can fond of japa and he can do it. Okay. Somebody is fond singing, listening to music and bhajans. Good. Tune yourself. Somebody who likes puja to do. Okay, fine. Somebody But I always say, common, at least 1 page a day study.
Hmm.
Suppose I take a book, it has about 200 pages. Okay, I will start today. I'll write with pencil. 3 pages a day, 4 pages a day, maybe 5 pages, 10, 15 minutes I will read. Next day I will continue. The book will conclude in 2 months, 3 months. Doesn't matter. I carry the book wherever I go. In the flight, in the train, wherever you go, you have to read that book. That was a part of discipline. 3, 4 pages, then read. Then again, before concluding that book, pick up another book and keep it ready. And see the transformation that will happen to you. Tremendous. Tremendous transformation. Clarity, understanding. Good books. Not how to steal, etc. and all that. Good books. And how much transformation. That much time if you don't spend, like a villager telling, I don't have time to sharpen my saw. Like that. I don't know. But then don't ask peace of mind, concentration. This will be continue. You don't know, you are ignoring yourself. I don't know, that question is a very illogical question actually.
But it's a question one commonly encounters with people.
But they don't think, no.
Huh.
You give this example, filling the petrol and seesaw example. Or how long it will take.
And perhaps, Swamiji, it is that in our busy lives, we are unable to concentrate for that small period of time on whatever we are doing. And it spills over into our other daily activities as well.
That is why Puja Gurudev, whenever people used to ask him, I heard him many times answering this in many places. They would say, Gurudev, please give us a message. And Gurudev's, many times I heard, he would say, keep your mind where your hands are.
Okay.
Live in the present. Focus automatically. Practice it. Become aware of it. Then how to be aware?
Yes.
Why should I be aware? This kind of little books will help you.
Yes. So can you tell us names of few books by Swamiji?
Gurudev, no?
Yes, by Gurudev.
Best, to begin with, Manual of Self-Unfoldment. General for, corporate world. Then, We Must is very inspiring book. And As I Think is another great book. Kindle Life is another great book. And Puja Guruji's Game of Life is beautiful book.
Okay.
And then the best book, and then afterwards Art of Man Making by Puja Gurudev.
Okay.
And still, if you're reading all those books, then go into Bhagavad Gita, Holy Gita of Puja Gurudev.
Okay.
Let's say.
And his books on the commentaries on Upanishads are also very
then later on,
good.
directly you don't have a commentary. No? I'm just reading in the beginning.
Ji.
Then of course, Gita ke baad, then various books, other books are there, beautiful books are there. Then you can go to Upanishads continuously, one after one. And you want still greater commentaries, Ashtavakra Gita, Mandukya Upanishad of Gurudev's commentary, Ashtavakra Gita commentary.
Oh yeah,
Oh my God.
Even the Kathopanishad is very
Kathopanishad, fantastic.
amazing book.
You read the Kathopanishad, I believe,
Yeah.
beginning with.
Yeah.
I got the news.
Oh yeah. And Swamiji, then okay, once the journey begins, one maybe enrolls into a Chinmay mission or Chinmay Vihar
Sandeep
workshop or
yeah.
a classroom.
Yes.
Then how does the learning progress? How does one begin, and how does the teaching curriculum is structured?
You are talking of Sandeep in Sadhanalaya or in general?
I'm talking about the general members joining. Yes.
Very simple. And Puja Gurudev was so kind, I tell you. He would say only, give me 1.5 hours, 90 minutes once in a week. That's what he asked.
Okay.
Then the famous is what? Study groups. For children, 1 hour, 1.5 hours, they all assemble in mission. All over, across the world I'm talking, all mission centers. Sundays, Saturdays, whatever, Sundays mostly, they come. And they are taught stories, bhajans, and then the stories of Prahlada, and games, and then stotrams and chantings and game, and then all various activities and picnics and camps, and then wonderful it is. And every Sunday, so many children come. Everywhere almost, in America and all, hundreds of people come every Saturday, every Sunday. Here in India also, so many centers are there, so many Bal Vihars are there. Sevaks and Sevikas, they get trained. They train children. It's a fantastic feast. Coming to Yuva Kendra, youth people. Youth wing, Gurudev gave very beautiful definitions. youth are not useless but used less.
Okay.
And youth are not careless but cared less.
Okay.
Very powerful lines of Puja Gurudev.
Hmm.
And he always encouraged the youth. So for them, Gurudev wrote a couple of books like Self-Unfoldment, Kindle Life, etc. So these youth activities are different. They study, of course, the books. Then they have youth camps and picnics and adventures, little bit of going here and there, and then conducting workshops. And they all participate in all activities of mission. Wherever suppose Swami comes for a lecture or somebody is coming, Swamini is coming, so they participate in that. And then camps we attend. So this is a beautiful transformation. Because knowledge helps them, vision is given to them, motivation is given, inspired
Okay.
to live for a cause. Youth. And study groups, you take elders, they study for how to meditate more and how to withdraw from extra entanglements or involvement into the world outside. They have lived their life enough. Now how to withdraw?
Yes.
How
That's
to
also an
withdraw?
art.
It's an art. How to withdraw. So that elders are taught. Plus Gita Jnana Yajnas are there. They attend special talks, spiritual talks by the acharyas they conduct. So once they enter, then one best thing is, as in every, of course, any organization happens, Chinmaya Mission also, a big family is created, very loving family. So you don't feel that you are lost. You have so many people around you.
True.
Those Gurudev says, to love and get loved is the greatest fulfillment of life.
That's true. And we all experience it.
Yes, you experienced it, of course, in your life.
Swamiji, when you said the youth are cared less, that means somewhere the parents are faltering or somewhere the society
Yes,
is at fault.
yes.
So have you had any stories of youth coming to you who have found their way through
Oh,
Chinmaya Mission?
plenty. I was involved in Yuva Kendra and almost for so many, three and a half decades I was active in. Now, even now, of course, is Yuva Kendra work we will do.
Ji.
So there are so many people come confused, and then Gurudev had wrote letter to me once long back about Yuva Kendra. He said this will grow and hold an umbrella to all the confused youth, he said.
Acha. Okay.
This will hold an umbrella to all confused youth.
Tell us
So-
a story, Swamiji, that you encountered which transformed the life of at least 2 or 3 people.
So yes, I can share with 1 or 2 people now.
Ji.
See, names of course I will avoid. So somebody came. I was so much confused about his career. He said, I don't know, mother is pressurizing me, and then father is wanted this, and I have to study this, and very with a lot of stress and strain he came. So I said, my dear, just hold on, and then let us take a paper and pen. What do you want to do and all? See, one thing I tell you, the thinking has to be corrected by the parents, by even education institutions also.
Right.
I always tell one thing. See, they say exam, how they put pressure. IIT is the goal. This IIT, example I'm giving. When they come with my goal is IIT, I correct them. Your goal is not IIT. Your goal is to become best engineer. IIT is the first option.
Okay.
Right? So you plan for the first option, but you want to be the best engineer. That's the goal of life.
Okay.
If you not got IIT, it doesn't mean you can't be the best. Then what happened to the world then? All IITians only are not best, no? There are many others also best in their field. So this thinking has to be corrected.
Okay.
So I say IIT is first option, second option, third. Yeah, give so many options are there. So planning should include alternatives. That clarity, then focus, all that. When such kind of youth, and I tell you, they're so much happy. And then with this thinking, one guy came out and he became engineer, of course, some other college, and then he did a lot of the great thing. He did it in from Indian Institute of Design in Ahmedabad, and is doing very well, working in big companies. So many stories are there like that. And then some of our youth are also are becoming very big. They entered the army also. Then they're passionate. So all that confusions are there in the beginning. But I am telling one very clearly. I have seen so many of these things. How lives are transformed. And then somebody is the engineer, and then he wanted to do MBA, not getting it. I said, no, you will get it. Hold on to, pray to Gurudev, and all. He got it. And then he was misguided. You go there and there. So no, I said, no, just for. So that work can be done by anybody. That work, what you are inspired to do, that can be done by anybody. You don't have to waste your resources of that caliber to that.
Okay.
But now this fellow has grown like anything, a big HR guy, earning money and then supporting and working lot in the mission and all.
Okay.
Like that, कहानियाँ बहुत है. जैसे कि घर घर की कहानी, so many places.
True.
In every place there are, I don't know, many stories of different centers also. No? So
True.
how they have transformed. But then tremendous transformation is there in the youth.
Okay.
So Gurudev also said long back, in 86 or 87, 88, when I was sitting with him, I was youngster, we were all, somebody asked, in those days, the drugs have started,
Yes.
87, 85,
Yes.
86.
Yes.
So Gurudev said, he said very clearly that I know it's a problem in the world now, but he said, I will guarantee my chicks won't do that. What a confidence, Chicks means CHYK, Chinmay Yoga Kendra members.
Yoga Kendra members.
They don't do it.
Okay.
And that's how we are doing it, he said. So once you enter, then the clarity, vision, humility, wonderful transformations come. And then many people have achieved greater things in life after joining Yoga Kendra because goal cleared. Oh, very good. Focus. They learned how to concentrate, how to be happy, and there's no disappointment.
Sharpening the saw.
Sharpening the saw.
This has been such an uplifting conversation, Swamiji. So many insights into behaviors, into kinds of people, and the values that need to be instilled into the youth and amongst ourselves, into ourselves also. So thank you so much for being with us. It's been a pleasure.
Thank
speaking
you.
with
And
you.
then that's what I just wanted to tell you, Sandipini, such a wonderful program that we are starting now next year and another course in 5th Shivaratri in Mumbai. And then Hindi course in next year, August, May. We start in May next year in Siddhabadi.
Okay.
So these are the best places. Those who want, even elders also join.
Okay.
Elders also join as guest students, learn and go back and serve society.
Okay.
So that's how we have to. So ultimately, what I want to conclude is that Vedanta, or the deep spiritual science, is the solution for all problems of mankind today. If you really think about it, I am not fanatic. Because Vedanta is not talking about a religion, caste, creed, or something like that. No, Vedanta is super science, it is actually.
This is your own experience as well.
Wonderful it is. That will give you everything, and that's why some management also I read. All problems on globe are spiritual problems, and there is nothing non-spiritual problem.
Okay.
If spiritual thinking is set, no,
everything else falls into place.
Greed will not come, comparison won't be there, sacrifice will come, and you see yourself in others. How can you hate someone?
That's true.
How can I hate someone? How can I kill someone? How can I do all these things? So this is the knowledge which we have to again bring back to school children, college students. Right from childhood, systematically this has to be given. So I always ask one thing, I'll just take one. See, that we don't teach in the schools and colleges. And you're expecting something, a college graduate, to be honest and then dedicated to country with values, which are not taught. How can you expect an effect without a cause?
True.
That cause we are actually totally forgotten. That has to come back into the schools and colleges and in every parents. That is the foundation. You are not planting that seed and expecting a fruit. You want them, suddenly the youth should be very dedicated, honest, cultured. Kahan hota hai? You are trained them right from childhood, only competition, how to be happy.
Yeah, true.
That's all things. Funny. So spirituality is the only science which will help us.
Absolutely.
You now or after 1,000 years also, if we both sit together like this in another life, I will not change my statement. That is the truth. So thank you.
Thank you for being with us, Swamiji. It's been such a wonderful conversation.
Thank you. Thank you so much and wish you all the best. And
thank you so much.
Also happy that Sangam talks are very popular and then a lot of stimulating thinking of all the listeners. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Hari Om.
Hari Om.